I'm Crystal Abrams. Some people call me Chris for short. I am a Christian, I'm a dancer, and I'm a naturopath.
Hi Crystal, how are you doing?
I'm good, I'm having fun. Thanks.
So, have you always accepted yourself and your type of hair?
No, I have not always accepted myself or my hair. And that's because growing up, on media we see the standard of beauty. In our families, the standard of beauty, especially in the Kali community, straight hair, irrespective of what your face looks like. If you have straight, silky or stale hair, you're seen as pretty. And when you have hair like this, you get called names like Bossie-kop and stuff like that. And I didn't want that. So growing up, I didn't accept myself. I always chemically straightened my hair, ceramic my hair, blow dry all the time just because I wanted to be accepted and fit in. I didn't want to, because with big hair like this, you kind of draw attention to yourself. I didn't want that attention for the wrong reason. So no, I did not always accept myself or my hair.
So Crystal, do you think that your culture, where you come from, accepts and embraces your natural hair?
Embrace? No. Becoming open to it, yes. I do think we are in a way better place than we were a few years ago. Like the natural hair products on the shelves we see now, you didn't see that a few years ago. And even now with all these natural beautiful women with their beautiful hair in this room, a few years ago it wasn't like that. So I do think we are in a better place than what we were a few years ago, but I do think we can do much better.
So Crystal, when do you start loving yourself?
I started loving myself when I realized that I'm already loved, I'm already known, I'm already accepted. I think God says in His Word that before He formed us, He knew us, which means that He already knew what I would look like before He made me. And so realizing that you are already known and loved by someone who does all things good and all things well. Because when you think about it, there's nothing really bad that God does. And so once you realize that you were made by someone who does all things good and all things well, you really just have to get on board and love yourself the way He loves you. So that's when I started loving myself.
So Crystal, what do you love most about yourself?
I like my personality. A lot of people won't agree with me, but I do think I'm an introvert. I'm funny sometimes and sarcastic when the opportunity presents itself. And I like my smile. I feel like my eyes close when I smile, so that's what I like about myself.
Crystal, if you could give a short, inspiring message to the 14-year-old you, what would that be?
I would say that not just your hair, but who you are as a person. You are special, you are unique, you are beautiful. I think you have to get to a point where you love yourself and accept yourself more than you crave the acceptance and love of others. Because if you attach your worth and the love for yourself to the opinions of other people, you will always sacrifice who you are on the altar of their preferences, because it's always changing. The standard of beauty is always changing. People's opinions are always changing. And so when you attach who you are or your worth or your significance as a person, you will never be stable because it's constantly changing. So just be yourself, be you, accept who you are, detached irrespective of what other people say.
Thank you, Crystal.